Yeah, the beat, so you rap niggas friend.
Sheridan, that's 100 points.
Yeah, I'm a fool, I go brazy, never take a day off. Time is money, I'ma make it, I know that'll pay off. I'ma ball on you niggas, see you at the playoff. Put in work, I got 5 bitches getting laid off. On the job, times got rough, a nigga had to pull through. Skip 'em like school, I brought sand to the pool. Late night mission, but I ain't Tom Cruise. Fashionz got drip to make a bitch say ooh. Purple everything, it's your bloody gang, woo. I'm an open book like my name Sun Tzu. Master art of war and the Audemars too. Lucky guy puffin' on leprechaun. Ooh, this is just my life, I gotta live it. Talk about a price I like, what's the specifics? She say I'm away, which one? She say Pacific. She say that I'm dope, we both addicted. Lit like a fuse, belly of the beast, all you rap niggas fool. I got it out the mud, I had to find a way. Time is money, but Fashionz ain't got time of day. I can see the money like a mile away. I live every day like it's a holiday. Clean and dirty, money coming in different ways. At my state of mind, I just gotta get paid. Time got rough, nigga had to pull through. Skipping like school, brought sand to the pool. Late night mission, but I ain't Tom Cruise. Fashionz got drip to make a bitch say ooh. And I put that on the game, we gotta get them bands. Come with big drums like we in a band. I keep the glizzy and the skizzy, make it hard to stand. The eyes low from the smoke, we been out on grand. Clip but the gun get bit like Bruce. Putting on the show, clapping nigga, I'm amused. Late night, go to war, working with the tool. Back out with the Mac out, niggas fool. Nigga got that money on my mind, I gotta get it. Double LV with a team, we getting tricky. I put that money on your mind, I have my niggas mind business. Niggas think we playing games, I'ma pull up like a scrimmage. You niggas feeling froggy, nigga ribbit. Diamonds on my neck, it's so cold, I'ma shiver. I put that purple in a weed, it's on point, it's a splinter. I'm winning with my team, passing L's to you niggas. Riding in the slow lane, riding in the coupe. Puffing on this gas and my team high too. Get a lit like a fuse. Niggas ain't fucking with my team. Niggas ain't fucking with my team.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Cypher. We're back on Wednesday nights for another dope episode. I'm your host, Andrew Kazir, the owner of Upstate Aesthetic. As always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, two Upstate artists, Anthony Cannon and Sheridan Crane. How you guys doing?
Man, I'm doing well. It's been a very busy and hectic week. You know, I guess nothing out of the normal. I'm excited that we got a good episode today, boys. We lucky. We got my son. How you doing, Sheridan?
Pretty good. I haven't had too eventful of a week. I've been recording every day. I've been chilling up at the lake house a little bit. Do a little swimming, do a little fishing. It's been a pretty good time. Had some good weather. Got a little sunburnt, but not too bad. So I'm just hanging out. But I've been excited for this episode. I've been excited for this episode all week.
Yeah, too bad. You blending in with your shirt right now, homie. I can see it from here.
We got a definitely an entertaining episode lined up for us. Before we jump into too much, I do want to mention a couple things. In a couple weeks, we're going to be bringing back the competition episode. This was a big hit a couple months ago. So we're accepting submissions now. Send those to upstate.aesthetic.ac@gmail.com. I'll be sure to put that in the comments. Let's get the submissions rolling in. Last time we had almost 40. Let's try to push it to 100. I want to get 100 different Upstate artists submitting their tracks. So tell your friends. Give us a lot of work, a lot of stuff to go through because it was a fun time last time. So
fun. Come get this free money.
Facts. Get the free money just to send in a track if you think you got the best one. I don't want to hear none of that shit of, oh, I don't got nothing. All y'all think you're the best, so y'all have to have something to send. You don't have to be brand new, whatever your best track is. So
exactly. Don't just send your latest release either.
Yeah, send what your best music. Song. Facts. Exactly. We are gonna do a producers competition a couple episodes after that, so stay tuned. But right now we're just looking for tracks from artists. If it's featuring somebody, that's cool, but just make sure it's your track. Also, Upstate Aesthetic will be back this Friday at noon. We pulled the site down, do a couple updates, get everything looking a little better, more streamlined news section. Going to add some more content and stuff like that. So keep your eye out for that. A bunch of new releases upstate this week, and in the coming weeks, we had Leaky 14 and T Melly drop a track. I didn't know they were even familiar with each other. So to see this collaboration, I thought that was pretty dope. Sheridan, as we've been promoting, it has a track dropping in 2 days now on the 24th. Door is open. Looking forward to that one. That one we previewed here exclusively early on was a really dope track. So you're going to want to check that out when it hits streaming services. Slick Fashionž dropping his project on the 27th. We got MVK Richie and Don Pablo dropping their projects on the 31st. We've been hyping these three projects up for a while. But we've definitely been talking about this Slick Fashionz project, and this week we're lucky enough to be joined by the man himself, Slick Fashionz. I believe your project is dropping on the 27th. How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, brother. I'm blessed to be amongst you three gentlemen. Feel me? I got my guy, Hanif LeVay, man. He's another beast. We just chilling, enjoying life, man. We here.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Feel me?
That's good to see
We appreciate you guys stopping in.
I ain't bring my mask, but I'm valid. Last time I got in, my temperature was right. No COVID. We good over here.
Yeah, we good.
Praying for the people, though.
Yeah,
That's a fact. That's a fact. We're gonna get into an interview with Slick about the project here in a little bit, but first we're gonna talk about some local or mainstream news. Actually, the latest and what's going on in hip hop. Before we get into anything too crazy, let's talk about Pop Smokes Posthumous project, the deluxe project, I should say, that dropped a little bit surprisingly last week. I didn't see any hype on it, and they essentially dropped a whole additional project. So we've kind of given our thoughts on the project as a whole. Slick, what did you think about the project and then the idea to drop a deluxe so quickly?
Man, first off, 50 Cent is a genius. I would say that 50 is a genius. He really knew what he meant to Pop Smoke. So the fact that he got involved as quickly as he did and executed that plan for him, his team, without a doubt, I supported everything. And then when I heard the project, you know what I'm saying? Considering his death and the fact that he passed away, this is just like maybe it was exclusive music. Who knows where this was actually gonna go? You know what I mean? So the fact that I was able to hear it, I don't even judge music like that. It was dope. I thought the project was dope. I thought everything was good, man. You feel me? Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Shout out to 50 Cent. Shout out to his family. That shit was fire, man. New York, that was a good one for New York.
That was a win.
That was
It really was.
You know,
That's definitely a good one for New York, and it is hard to judge somebody on something that was dropped after they died.
after they death, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because as somebody that is a rapper himself, a fan of music, and is now like trying to be some sort of media, you almost have to. But it's not fair to the artist himself. You feel me? You have to like judge it with a grain of salt. This is definitely one of the best posthumous albums that I've ever heard, and I think they've really fucked up dropping the deluxe so soon. I don't think they should have done it yet, unless they have another project in the tuck by them. If they have more music from Pop that they're going to release in the future, then do whatever. But I think they should have held off a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what this told me. I was thinking like they because when they dropped the project and it had so many tracks, I was kind of surprised because I didn't know how much music they could have from Pop. After that, they said so they had something like 400 tracks. So when they dropped another 15, it kind of added a little validity to that. I kind of started to believe it because if you're willing to drop another 15 so quickly, they must have a decent amount in the vault. But I thought it was interesting, not even splitting it up into two parts like we've seen other deluxes done. It just flows into one straight, almost 34 track project or something. It's really long.
34.
But the first new track is dope. That's where about as far as I got. I checked out the first one after the bonus track and was like, oh, that's dope. Didn't get through the whole thing. There's just that's a lot of content to consume from any artist, let alone Pop is really dope, and I'm sure there'll be tracks I find on it later that I really like, but it's a lot to take.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that 50 Cent, like Slick said, he was a genius and he almost executed this like masterfully. If I use that word right, like Son was a masterful producer, making and orchestrating the shit. But I hope that he wasn't the one that decided to drop this 34 project or 34 song project so soon. Like you could eat that's two small EPs of extra material. That's two bonus albums if you want. You feel me? Like he could have done a lot with that. And the only thing I can make it make sense with is that they do have a lot more music that they plan on dropping.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree to an extent that it might have been a little early to drop all those tracks, but I guess as someone who like enjoyed almost all of the tracks that they dropped, I'm not too mad about it. Like, I honestly thought that it wasn't a terrible move, especially because I did read something similar to Andrew, that he has just a bunch of tracks, and I'm not surprised. He makes the type of music that you can have a bunch of tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah. He can bang. I am sure he was banging them out every day, probably 3 or
5 tracks a day.
4 a day at least.
He brought the vibes.
Exactly.
He brought all the vibes on that shit. It ain't
That's
a
what I'm
vibe that's not on the vibe. Like, that shit is crazy.
Somebody like Pop that can
And
just
so
like
I'm thinking,
and it's like, what's up?
yeah. Well, I'm just thinking if they have a bunch more music, why not drop? Why not just keep dropping it? Keep the hype up.
The reason why is because we're still playing the original music. Just like Andrew said, if he was tired of all the music already, he probably would have got through all 34 tracks.
Yeah.
Like you gotta let that sit and resonate with the crowd for a little bit and kind of make them want more. You know, like I said, there's probably some people that haven't, and granted, I'm not saying none of us wanted more Pop Smoke. Like, I wanted more. But you gotta just let the songs boil over for a little bit and make people like, oh shit, when's the next stuff coming? I don't think that was the case, but it's not like it's not the hugest fuck up or oversight. I just think that it would have been more beneficial had they waited.
It's funny as a consumer because when an artist drops, they're almost immediately bombarded with the fact, when are you dropping more? Because people go through music so quickly. But and I kind of was with you in terms of like I was wondering when are we going to get more pop? But to have gotten this much more pop at that point in time, I was like, damn, that's a lot. So it proves like you can almost never win as an artist. Like so, but it works out, and I'm excited. At some point, I will get through these tracks. And like I said, a couple of them I really did enjoy. And I know that it's a good project. That's why you say as media you do kind of have to critique it. As media, I feel fortunate for this to critique this project because it's so easy. You could say it's good. It was entertaining. Like there's not a whole lot of bad, and you're not gonna get knocked for ignoring the bad on a project like this. So
if a rapper that was alive today dropped this project, they would get acclaim for it. You know, it would still slap. Like this is not a case of false praise.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Next on the docket, we got Logic. He's dropping his final album soon, apparently. According to what he's saying, he's planning to retire. He signed $1 million Twitch deal. This all is very interesting to me, considering the project he plans to drop, I'm almost positive, leaked online like a month ago. I heard a majority of it. Logic just doesn't do it for me anymore anyway, but, I mean, I'm not surprised he's retiring because he really has lost a lot of his fan base, but this is different.
Yo, Slick, how do you feel about Logic?
Logic can rap, yo. He can rap, you feel me? I definitely, nothing is questionable about his pen, but his music doesn't hit for me. He's kind of like, he creates a lot of this. A lot of this shit is like real creative. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really, like it's a rapper named Quasimodo. You got a rapper like MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? He need to be with them dudes, yo, because that's the type of music he makes. So if I was trying to listen for that, I guess it's there. But even still, when I dabble like that, I'm a Lupe Fiasco type of dude. I am a Quasimodo, MF Doom. I'm a Ghostface Killer type of guy. It's just not for me, but it's good. It's there for the people who enjoy it. His projects, he had a project about being in space or something like that. Like it was, the idea and the theory was dope because I like the Twilight Zone and shit. I get it. But when I'm in my beat and I'm riding around, like, nah, I need a little something else for me personally, bro. Like, that's no for me, man. No.
I think you summed it up pretty perfectly. I think in the past couple of years he hasn't done much to for me personally to hold him and say his name in the same sentence as the rappers that you just said. But he can rap, and he has a track with Royce the 5'9" where he just, oh my God, he's rapping with Royce, and I think Royce is the best rapper ever. It's not like he just.
Logic is very.
That's what I mean. Like you can throw Logic with these features, and it's gonna be it's good music. But I can't consume his whole project and honestly say I wanted to ride the wave again. I'd be like,
not at all. I mean, he's too poppy and like fake emotion. I don't think he's fake. I honestly, he might be, but he's like genuinely depressed and has a lot of upbeat. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's do it together. Shit, high five. Like I don't really like that.
Kid Ink,
Exactly.
you got that Kid Ink fun. I don't like to have fun.
Like you said, it's there for the people who enjoy it, and he has a huge fucking fan base. But I'm excited for the project, and I'm happy for Logic.
I'm gonna listen to a joint too.
Until he can like really gather his thoughts.
Yeah.
Come back to it. I think that he's gonna be more happy.
It's weird for me because I used to be a big Logic fan. Like before he started really getting into that pop type music, when he was just dropping mixtapes and stuff like that, I really fucked with his mixtapes. Since then, it's been a while since I really messed with him. I think the most interesting part of this is he announces the plan to retire, but then quickly announces that he's signing a Twitch deal. Like this is something brand new for artists to create a whole new avenue, a new stream of revenue for himself to make money not doing music things. He's probably just going to be doing video games and shit. Like with a lot of artists, your idea is just to get into music. You don't really think about what you're going to do once you get in, even if you do blow up, how you're going to get out. There's no retirement plan for artists, you know? So to have Logic create this new scenario for artists is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really believe him, though. I don't think he said he was going to retire after that one album, everybody. I don't think he's actually going to retire. He might take a break. But I mean, I think he just knows like his music's been not received very well lately. Yeah, like I know, but I just feel like that's not really retired. I feel like that's not really retiring. I feel like that's taking a break.
Trying to run behind the word retirement. He gonna still drop tracks.
Like when you do what Nicki Minaj did, and you say I'm done rapping, I'm retiring, and you come back a week later with a song, then that's not retiring. But I think Logic right now is done with music in his mind. But as a rapper, as an artist, you're never truly done. Like you'll always be doing and creating. I just don't know if you're pursuing it. You feel me?
Right.
You can't just
he might know. Maybe he knows he's washed up because his shit has been garbage lately. Like his last, like I don't know, like 5 years.
He's got a lot of fans though, bro, and they're gonna all be on that Twitch shit, reminding him that they like him. So I feel like that's gonna push him to come back even sooner. You know what I mean? It's interesting. I never really thought about like artists transitioning to Twitch, even though it makes a lot of sense once they hit that huge mainstream level. Like there are a lot of artists who do dabble in gaming. Like when Drake got on Fortnite that one night, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but the one night where the internet just sort of stopped and tuned in to watch Drake play Fortnite.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah, the Travis Scott Fortnite concert shit, that was dope. So just seeing stuff like that for the hip hop community, it's pretty dope to see just a new lane for artists, I guess, because you like with things changing, like we don't know when artists can get back to touring and stuff like that. So there have to be other sources of revenue. Maybe this pushes even smaller artists who are independent artists to Twitch to do other things as well. Like this could help artists just in general. Like what if they make a rapper section of Twitch because of Logic? Like that would be huge.
That's what I'm saying. He's so creative. Like even with his music, he's so creative. It just makes perfect sense that he's doing the Twitch joint now. Like, you did the rap to get the bread. Now, bang, that's how you invest. Now we looking at you a whole different way. I respect you for who you are as opposed to your music that you do.
And you got a little more pressure.
Yeah, bro. Take your run when you can, man. I call it the walking papers. Will Smith got his walking papers with the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, let me get these walking papers and go this way before I fuck around and fumble. Like JR when LeBron was looking at him like, how you fumble? So to make that move, Logic is a smart dude, man.
That's a fact.
I think that was a good breakdown. That was dope. I like how you summed that up.
And I think the move for artists really is going to be doing stuff like that, as well as like doing stuff like what Anthony was talking about earlier with his website, selling songs exclusively that you don't necessarily put on streaming services for fans who are really dedicated. Like I was literally,
he can never remember when we're talking before or after.
I was not live when I said that.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah,
keeping it pushing.
That's a move, bro.
Keep an eye out for something like that. In terms of geniuses in music, though, let's talk about Kanye, because the man is still a genius in music. But this has been going in a whole nother direction for Kanye over the last week. It's impossible to have missed it. He at one point talking about Jay-Z as his running mate, making crazy comments about Harriet Tubman, making crazy comments about his own children that I'm not going to discuss, but that obviously got him in trouble at home. And then he's on Twitter just making all kind like it's hard as a Kanye fan because you want to see the right path for him. For me, it's like I'm seeing just the craziest meltdown in my lifetime in terms of huge celebrities.
Yo, Kanye.
I think what's going on with Kanye is so out there with his creativity that it outpaces his times, and then he can't understand why people not seeing what he's saying, and then he can't articulate it in a way that's explainable to somebody 10 years behind him, right? And so it sounds crazy.
He be ahead of his times a lot.
Then he gets more crazy because he sounds crazy, and people start calling him crazy. It's one of those things. But the dude's genius, man. He really is. He just is bugged out. He feel like nobody understands him, and nobody understands him.
No, well, I think you're right about a couple parts of that. Like a lot of what Kanye says all comes down to how he articulates himself. I don't think he has any like malicious intent in his heart. And we do have to acknowledge that he does have a mental disorder. He is bipolar. And if you've ever encountered anybody with bipolarism, my mom is bipolar. I lived with it my whole life. Like there's no explaining for certain actions. You just go crazy. It can go from sad to happy to ecstatic and they're all so intense. Like Kanye is a genius. He does need to shut the fuck up sometimes. He needs to get help. He just needs to phrase what he's saying better and realize that there's literally a billion people watching you. And it's not good for your mental health to constantly say stuff that's going to get you under scrutiny, because then you just resort to the negative pressure poorly, and it just is like a snowball effect. I read today from TMZ that Kim is met with a divorce lawyer today. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if she's but like that could be horrible for Kanye, like just for his mental health. I don't know how
just for his bank account. Like I mean like and to an extent that kind of transitions to his mental health in the long run, like, and all of it has to wrap up into that. So it's just it's crazy and unfortunate, and I do agree, like he is someone who is very clearly dealing with something, and it sucks because we've seen it for so long and been saying, oh, he needs to get help, and you hope that he's been getting help, but at the same time it's just gotten worse. So that's where, and like when things like this go without getting the right help, they do get worse. He could have in some ways gotten better, and it's unfortunate for us as fans because when we don't see everything, he's been quiet for maybe a year now where everything did kind of look okay, and now all of a sudden he's crazy again. But probably in reality he's been dealing with, I mean, clearly based on his tweets about his family, about the Kardashian family, about how he's Get Out was based off of him. Just shit like that is so insane to see him say something like that. Everybody knows what he means, bro. Like, yeah.
I know what he means, but that's the problem. Like, Ye kind of remind me of one of my uncles. You dig? Like, you feel me? They come off and they might say some of the illest, trillest, foulest, craziest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that, if for somebody standing right there holding their kid's hand crossing the street, it's gonna sound crazy and terrible. You think he a terrorist, lock him up. But it's all love. Like, Ye one of them dudes who need them little typers. You know, the people that are gonna fix what he say up. Yeah. And then he say it.
Well, I think Kanye, generally, his statements have an element of truth to him. He just don't know how to say them so that people can understand that.
From a loving
you see what I'm saying? Bro. It's like he's wording it in a way.
But he got a little bit of Trump syndrome too, though.
And he never goes and elaborates. You feel me? Like he just
he don't got no time to. He says leaves it there. You know what I mean? Like mic drop.
Baby,
like, if you would have explained your thought process behind saying like Harriet Tubman led black people
to go word, bro.
Like if you explain that and you have facts to back it, which there are facts to back that, and you just make people see the picture you're painting as opposed to just saying some atrocious, like misogynistic, almost just inaccurate to a certain extent. You You have to just provide context.
Impulse, like an impulse.
Because there is always an element of truth to what Kanye's saying.
He like forms his thoughts kind of the way he creates his music. And this might sound crazy, but I've heard a bunch of like Kanye reference tracks where he's primarily mumbling and like over a beat, and then he'll say a couple other things and then keep going, and it's almost super incoherent. I'd have to send you guys a track for you to really understand what I'm saying, but it's almost like he processes his actual thoughts in the same way, where he mumbles out a little bit of it and hopes everyone can just piece the rest of it together. The same way it's worked for his music all his life. It's kind of weird. You mention it like that, and I kind of put the pieces together. I don't think it's all totally connected, but it could be.
Wow, that's
well. I feel like part of it is Kanye gets around a lot of really smart people, who like, I think he'll get around historians and people who know a lot about history, and he will try to reiterate what they say without fully understanding what they told him. Like, I think he tries to say some stuff that he hasn't totally like comprehended himself yet, and then when he says it, it doesn't make sense the same way someone who's actually studied what he's talking about would make, like, how that would make sense.
That's what he's just not a professional. He's not a historian.
And he doesn't try to be, but then he speaks almost as if he is. That's what
I'm not gonna question his actual intelligence. And I would see if that was the case. I don't know what makes you say that, or like if you have some, like if you know something that I don't.
Well, he had like a 400 person campaign team at one point gathered together. Like, he definitely gets around people and he actually cares enough to get around people that will try to teach him how to do the things that he wants to do politically and socially.
Well, yeah, last time he got on DMZ, it was because he was hanging out with Candace Owens for a little bit and then put his foot in his mouth there too. So it's crazy, and it's Kanye's like a person who hasn't read the book but has heard the story and then tries to repeat the story afterwards to someone.
He had the campfire with it, man. Every time. Oh, shit is nuts, man. Excuse my language.
Nah, you're good, bro. It is crazy.
It's a lot of the concepts and things that he's saying are just foreign to people. Like, it's things that people have never said ever. And granted, there is an element of truth to them. You have to know that these are things that people are going to react to this way. You got to soften the fall, or you could still say what you're trying to say in a different way. Like, no matter what.
I don't think he can, though. I don't think he can. I don't think Kanye has the ability to elaborate.
He's an arrogant dude.
You know what I mean? He's gonna put it in that music, and that's about all he can do for you.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's gonna give you that one sentence, and you better break it down. It's a metaphor. Figure out what it means.
But then you just have to be okay with everybody hating you.
He's someone who needs a podcast himself. He can't contain his thoughts to 146 characters, bro. Nah, he needs to express himself at length, bro.
Podcast, yeah. We'll be tapped in like what?
One of either way.
Him and Trump. That would go crazy, bro.
It would go so crazy. They would lock him up so quickly, bro.
They're already trying, according to him. And before we keep it pushing to the next topic, the one question I have for you guys, based upon his tweets the last couple of days, y'all think Meek and Kim Kardashian had an entanglement? I don't know if you saw the tweet. Kanye tweeted. He said some shit about how Kim met up with Meek for prison reform issues and put quotes around it, and then proceeded to say that he ain't blaming Meek, he's blaming his wife. So these tweets were quickly deleted, but they've been published on quite a few different sites. He was saying some crazy shit. So
if Meek was cracking Kim K, bro, and he ain't speak about it, he's a real nigga.
Meek Mill ain't hit that, man. Y'all tripping.
Yeah. Kanye's tripping, bro. He's the one who tweeted it, bro. Ye's going crazy.
Bro, that's Meek Mill, bro. That's Meek Mill, Bloodhound. Me thirsty. Yeah, bro. I gotta ask Kim K that. I just gotta look at her face when.
Yeah.
If she knows young.
He's just been tweeting some wild, reckless shit. So I had to ask.
I saw about 20 tweets. I ain't see that one.
Yeah, bro, it was mixed up in there.
That's all I gotta say.
It's crazy.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh,
That's how you get them. Hold on, K. Why you so hyped, K?
That's a fact. One of the last news topics we got to talk about tonight. They're doing the versus battle between Snoop or DMX. We talked about it a little bit last week, but didn't really get into it. Slick, who you got?
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, all right.
Snoop Dogg, yo. Straight like that. I'm riding with Snoop. You riding with X Cannon? Come on, bro. I know. You know what? I got the nerve to be down at Rough Riders all the time. Like,
wow, bro.
I'm actually bugging a little bit in real life, but I just
that's like God Rough Rider. That's like Don. That's like head Rough Rider right there.
Bro, I'm tripping. They ain't gonna let me come back down there. I already know what it is, bro. But listen, man.
I don't think they're gonna laugh at you come back and Snoop lost. They're just gonna it's gonna be like, hey, remember that one time you picked Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
Like, and by DMX.
That's a fact, bro. I'm too young. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but all I know is that when it comes to just hits and what I've been seeing these artists doing these hit battles, the only ones like Jadakiss and Fabulous, Fab didn't play no. He ain't played nothing.
He played hits and he lost.
He played hits. Snoop not gonna do that. Snoop watched that too. Snoop gonna play the street.
Snoop is not that. Snoop. I love Snoop and he's legendary, and I would never disrespect a legend. But lyrically, like, he has some street shit, but he doesn't have anything that as like hard and aggressive as X, bro. Listen. Like what it came down to in Jadakiss and Fab, bro, is Jada was just eating that nigga, and he had so much legendary shit. Wow. It's not about how much you have, it's about your best 20. And X's 2-album run and what he was doing for a couple years, bro, it was I've never seen anything like
but listen though, I'll put it like this. Do you like Dr. Seuss, bro? It's just a question. Do you like Dr. Seuss? Is he not one of the illest lyricists of all time? Me, Anthony Cannon. Come on, you know Snoop got that fire, yo. It's just a certain type of way you gotta listen to it. You know what I mean? The DMX do too, but I feel like It's Dark and Hell is Hot. You ain't about to play that whole album. No, you ain't about to do that. DMX got a lot of new stuff that you think. Yeah, India's career ain't good. And the Snoop's a Snoop line. That's a whole different nigga. He just talking about
all he needs is 11. If you get 11, you win. And I think
you right though. You right. But what if we turn that live on and Dr. Dre behind there on them turntables looking at it like what? What happened? And Swiss Beats over there staring back. What happened? It'd be a whole different joint. You never know what you might get. This is Snoop Dogg. He rolled with Tupac. You might play some unheard
Word. That would be.
Oh shit,
man! That'd be I'm excited, bro.
I don't know.
This is the first time I've really been this excited for one of these verses.
Unheard Jay-Z DMX.
Crazy. Unheard Jay-Z DMX too.
Yeah, he could play that verse when he ate Jay-Z food. Jay-Z ain't want that problem. Y'all seen that video?
What you think, Sheridan? You ain't alone this week. You're not the only Snoop Dogg supporter this week.
Oh yeah, you rock.
Yeah, it's Snoop. It's Snoop, bro. Snoop got it.
I've been hearing that a lot more this week. I think last week everyone was quick to be on DMX, and I'm riding with DMX because that's just what I know. But I think I'll be surprised, and that's why I'm excited to tune in because I'm not super familiar with Snoop Dogg's whole catalog, but I know I'm about to hear some fire both ways, so it's gonna be fun. And I think it's going to be really competitive. Like, it'll be kind of competitive. I think people on either direction are kind of thinking it's going to be a little too easy. This is going to be a close one. It's going to be like 11-9, 12-8. This is no blowout, you know? This is
they need to have Michael Vick host the whole thing.
That's fucking hilarious. Yo, the thing is, Snoop has so much to choose from. It's going to be hard for him to choose 20. And X is so disassociated from music in general. I don't trust him to pick the right 20. So I'm not sure on either side how they're gonna manage it. I'm sure they got teams like digging. I
hope because if they don't, if it's just the two of them picking tracks, it could be dangerous. Like because it could be bad. Like that could go down and
grab the wrong one.
So
X-Ray now, I love X, man, but I feel like X gonna try and show us something that we ain't never seen. And play one of them new tracks. And I heard his new tracks. I ain't really keep it I politicking with these chicken wondering if I should creep it. Little hood rat chick from 26 named Tamiko. You gonna win off of that.
Yeah,
but X got the spiritual side that a lot of people not ready to walk that path right now.
Said, Lord, if he plays Lord, give me a sign, that's a point. He's winning.
That's a point.
If he played Lord, give me a sign, he's gonna win. And that's the religious side of X. It's a spiritual side. And Snoop got a gospel album. I don't think Snoop can play one gospel song that he got that'll fuck with Lord, give me a sign. You feel me?
Nah, Snoop can't, but he could play that PIMP remix. Wrong on that shit.
Snoop has been on some like oh, you won't believe what we saw.
Word, bro. It's gonna be crazy. And they both characters, bro. I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, man. That's what's gonna be even more entertaining about it is that just those two going back and forth, and as long as it's good production, they pick good music, like because that's been a downfall too with some of them is just the lives have gone down or shit's been all fucked up. But I think they got it all figured out now at this point. That's why they're kind of going with some of the superstars now because everything's kind of buffed out. This is going to get a lot of viewers, man. This is the one I've seen talked about more than any of them in the past. It's got a lot of buzz behind it. It's gonna. I'm excited to tune in. I cleared my whole night, so.
That's same.
They did a great job promoting it. I think it's been like 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks now that we've known about it, which was longer than almost anyone that I saw promoted. You feel me?
Right.
And I love seeing East versus West Coast matchups. You feel me? Like I think that each side is gonna be a little bit biased, but you got you guys who are from New York and you're choosing Snoop. You feel me? Like there's gonna be a couple people on both sides that don't have any type of bias. I think I just am biased because of how aggressive. Like I've been fucking with Snoop Dogg and X for about the same amount of time. They were both like the first rappers I really got into, and I just how aggressive, pure aggression DMX is. Like how I look at this is it's like kind of like a rap battle. And I think if you're
gonna sound like a Sonic one,
if you could exactly a Sonic one, and if you could control the narrative, like Snoop is gonna swag the fuck out, and I know he has a couple points that are guaranteed. No matter what X plays, it's going to Snoop. But I'm not sure.
It's gonna come down to the charisma of the actual battle. I gotta look and see what they doing, how they both. I'm gonna be like, okay, who's really winning this thing? Because we seen Jada. It was a point in time when Fab got
he was taking the victory.
And talking to the camera on the side. It was, it got crazy real fast in there. So yeah, you put on the beat. You actually gotta watch them while they playing the joint. Yeah. How many shots is you taking? This is gonna be my first one. Oh man, I can't wait to see what happens, man. Snoop probably in the rolling some joints right now.
Yeah.
He got somebody rolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody.
Yeah, outside with the pit bulls just doing this next to him. You feel me? Like, yeah.
That's a fact. This is one I've definitely been excited for, so I'm excited to tune in finally tonight. We've been excited for your project though too, Slick. We've been getting hyped up for this one. We've been talking about it for a few weeks ever since we saw that you were dropping, Richie was dropping, another artist we know, Don Pablo, was dropping. There was a lot we had to talk about all in the same time frame. This don't always happen in upstate where there's this many quality artists dropping, so we're looking forward to it. Before we get to talking about Down in Flames, you want to play one of the other one of the other tracks we've got?
Oh yeah. Which What joints did I send y'all again? Man?
I got Penthouse and Big Baghdad.
Yeah. Play that Big Baghdad, man.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. That name got me hype right now.
Play that one, man. That's one of my joints I pulled from over here. You feel me?
Bet. We'll play Big Baghdad and then we'll get into the interview. Here we go.
Get it.
Fashionz. Let's get it. Chosen bless me with the face. Fix up the cash, for my tags, I got some real ones, got some bad bitches in my staff, Money in certain place for my teams, like I'm Mr. Krabs, Hustle repeat every day, got me caught in the cash flow. These niggas mad, bro. I think it's bad for 'em. These niggas mad, so how niggas mad, I show 'em. Cash flow, got some foreign plates on my tag, I got some bad bitches, got some real ones in my staff, I'm flexing today. I do my bitch like the coupe, and they got his brain out. Every time that I talk to mama, man, I tell her I'll make it that new house. Hang with my niggas, yeah. I hang with my niggas, but don't bring a noose out. Said I hang with my niggas, yeah. I hang with my niggas, but don't bring that noose out. fool out. I let her run the screen. Baby, we talk about the way we come in the crib, step in the step house. And I fix up the cash, you know. Foreign tag, you know. I got some real ones, got some bad bitches on my staff, you know. I'm breaking the bread with the team. Twist up the four in the lean. I'm with the bros, I call them a king. I'm with the bros, it's hoes in the dream. Got on the roll, let's see where it leads. Got on the roll, let's see where it leads. I never sell my soul, no. That niggas, I know I bleed. Down in the flame, my body in kerosene, like somebody turn up the heat. Always check on my bros, and I know they checking for me. We fix up the cash, you know. Foreign the tag, you know. I got some real ones, got some bad bitches in my staff, you know. Money is 13, get them all to play, Mr. Krabs, you know. Hustle, repeat, every day, I was caught in the cash flow. I'm drowning in bottles and bottles. I got models on models. Getting money like I had a lotto. Yeah, I noticed they all wanna follow. Some of the greatest, I'm feeling like Michael, Creed, Apollo. Down in the flame, I fire my feet. Down in the flame, I fire my feet. I want my niggas, they playin' for keeps. I want my niggas, they playin' for keeps. Dip in the trap, we getting the cheese. Give up a ration, no I bleed. Oh, yeah. Really run out this cash. Oh, wait. I remember I was sitting in the hallway. Now we all paid. Now we all paid. Shit, we fix up the cash, you know. Foreign the tax, you know. I got some real ones, got some bad bitches in my staff, you know. Money is 13 with a plate, feel like it's a crash, you know. Hustle repeat all day, I was calling this cash flow. Fix up the cash, you know. Foreign the tag, you know. I got some real ones, got some bad ones, I'm staff, you know. Money is certain playing with a team, moves the crank, you know.
That's Big Baghdad off of Down in Flames from Slick Fashionz coming up. There's been a lot of hype building up for you, Slick, over the last year or so. You won a Sammy last year. You won Upstate Aesthetics Album of the Year. How was it winning all of these awards, sort of really building up your name over the last year or so?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, it was crazy for me because I'm somebody who, when I really was young, I used to look for a lot of validation. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I played sports, I was coming off the bench. So I needed something to be certified and stamped by. Everybody knew my music was the thing I took serious, despite who's top fives. When my name is mentioned in the mentions, they like, oh yeah, but that Slick dude, he crazy too. But you feel me? I'm gonna rock with my man. So when I rocked him to sleep with the Sammy Award, it felt good. You know what I'm saying? It was just my validation because I don't like to talk about how I feel about myself. It was the people who chose me to do that. So I was the people's choice on that, which just tells me if I keep doing the things that I think is correct and successful, then who knows where I'll be. And all of those who choose to rock with me, who believe in me for what I do, they already reaping the benefits. I'm bringing my brothers with me when I walk through the Rough Rider doors. I'm putting them on my joints. You feel me? I know how hard it is to be come out of upstate New York and be anything successful. So I'm trying to bring up everybody around me. So the fact that they crowning me like that, it's crazy. I feel like LeBron James when he had the agents talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. I feel great, man. I love Syracuse, and I was born in Virginia. You got to understand, like, it's nuts for me, bro. I got Virginia who love me too, Lynchburg. And Syracuse is where I went to school, had my first kiss, all of that. This is where it's at. So this is an honor. It's nothing but honor, man.
Is that what you consider home?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That's what I thought. I didn't even know you were from Virginia. That's dope, though.
Right.
That's
dope.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, Lynchburg was a small part, man. My family is back there. You know, it's just me and then my family here. But all my peoples is in VA. So, you know what I mean? The family is ultra proud. You know what I mean? I got my nieces and my nephews like, yo, he made it. He the one. So I'm chilling, bro. God is good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating right now. Family eating right now.
That's what's up, bro.
Upstate winning right now. Anthony Cannon, you heard?
Facts.
It's ridiculous, man.
And for that's a fact. With the Sammy, you won that for Purple, and then Upstate Aesthetic Album of the Year, you won with Ty Vegas. As a collaborator from Madagascar, what were the differences working with Ty and then as a solo artist?
It's crazy when I get with Vegas, man, because me and him, like, it was a point in time when niggas had nothing, yo. Niggas was recording off the webcam with the sock over it at my boy Tasheen crib in the attic. Nobody, like, we got blackballed heavy. People don't talk about it, but like you will record with certain engineers and they won't send your music off to you. You feel me? You call them, they not picking up the phone. You pull up there, they not answering doors. That was going on with a lot of artists from this town because Syracuse is so small. And from time to time, I don't know if it be people's waves and people be ego tripping. I don't know if it's some hood. I don't know where it is, bro. But they don't be wanting to see everybody do the same thing. So when we was able to rap, we was blackball. You know what I mean? Heavy. So the fact that we know each other, I go way back with the man, like way back. So when we get together to do projects, it's like, you know what I mean? It's nothing really. It's really nothing. Madagascar was recorded in a day. You know what I mean? And it was all off the dome.
You get.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we literally just did that right there. And then it was, man, that nigga's different. He underrated as hell, too.
Yeah, he's super underrated.
That doesn't even make sense,
He impressed me with his solo project that he dropped after Madagascar, as I'm sure you are about to with this track, with this project, if that last track is any indicator. How many tracks are on this again? Was it like 7, you said?
Nah, Down in Flames is 18 joints.
Facts. When I got the email and saw Penthouse was 17, I was hype. I'm not gonna lie. I
17, 18 bonus type of joint. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I was wilding out, yo. I was bugging because that's like Madagascar. That project had a lot of music. Purple had what, 14?
Yeah, 14.
It'd be like a day in the studio, man. I give my all to the joint. So however many tracks we clock out with is what we do. And it was 18 this time. It's crazy.
That's a fact. Yo, I'm excited, bro, because normally, honestly, like when it comes to especially local artists, I'm not a big fan of longer projects. I really kind of get frustrated at just the fact of having to sift through all that. You, bro, with your music, I'm excited. Like I said, I saw that was number 17, and I was like, bet. This is a long project. I got a lot of music coming from this guy. So it's dope. I'm excited for that. Most people, I would be a little hesitant, but you've got so much that this is dope.
I don't drop that often, so like I like to give them a lot. I'm not gonna give you a freestyle every week. I'm not gonna do things like that because there's so many other things that I'm actually trying to get done. That, you know, music for me is just a little getaway. You know what I'm saying? So I take my time with that, man. So I give you a lot so y'all could dissect it and y'all could really judge me off my music. You got enough to judge me off of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry enough. And then like 50 of them joints ain't make the tape. So I got a whole nother joint in the cut looking crazy.
That you got organized.
Madagascar 2 is already done. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff over here. So like we just dropping them things sporadically, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Facts, and that's another one I'm looking forward to. You guys have been hyping that up for a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Son, that work ethic is fucking unbelievable. I just want to say hats off to you as a rapper that makes a lot of fucking music. I write every fucking day. I'm trying to record a song fucking day. You feel me? That shit is hard. I be killing 7 songs in probably a 10-hour session.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's like a different. It's different, bro.
It's different. I'm saying, bro, for you to just go in there. But it takes me like a week of preparation to even know what I'm gonna do in the studio. You feel me? Like, for you to just you're a walking hit maker. You feel me? There's only a couple walking hit makers. Like Juice WRLD is like a walking hit maker. You feel me?
Yeah.
His rapping ability, his melodies, and his song structure, and you just know it's gonna be fire. And I'm not trying to compare you to Juice WRLD, but just that's the type of capability you're bound to have one thing pop if you are the song. You feel me? It's never you. If you can pump out 18 tracks like that, if you and Ty getting together, Madagascar too. Like when me and Meech made Blur, we spent 60 hours in the studio over probably 4 weeks. And it took we only made like 20 tracks. You feel me? Like that, and we was pumping shit out. But that's unbelievable, bro. Like, I just want to say hats off, and as an artist, I respect that crazy.
Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like you know the dedication that go to it, bro. So you definitely understand what I mean. When you just lock in the studio, you in a different mind space. You know what I'm saying? So that shit, I love it though, man. I love this music. I love to see everyone from upstate doing the same things, man. Like all of this, and Down in Flame, like the whole concept came from me and my boy HBKG's. I got him on all my outros for ever since I started, every outro, if y'all want to hear his music, he's on every single one of them. And he just get better and better. But he got a mastermind. Like, he like the CEO, Rick Ross of Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy. That's my man, yo. And he really helped me a lot and keep me focused. It's all about having a good team, man. You feel me? LeBron James, Michael Jordan. You got to make sure your staff in-house is good. Your girl is good. The energy got to be positive for people to be successful. So, you know, I just love my brothers, man.
Right.
People underestimate that, bro. Like, you cannot do everything yourself. You have to thoroughly be organized, and you have to have somebody with a plan if you yourself don't have a plan. You feel me? I know a lot of artists that shoot themselves in the foot because they want to do everything themselves. They don't want help from other people. You feel me? Like, you need that team for a healthy ecosystem. You're not gonna grow and become who you can be. There's no pride in that. I've been trying to. I got Smack Records, but I've been trying to build that my team. You feel me? Like,
right.
All like-minded individuals who's gonna help me, and I'm gonna help them in ways to get this shit on and popping. Like, I'm glad you got somebody like that, because with your skill and a team that's really good, like somebody that got your best intentions at heart, you're gonna be unstoppable, bro. It's gonna be fucking stoppable.
Appreciate you, man. And networking, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to combine the powers, man. The Justice League table look crazy in the cartoon. Talking to Clark Kent, you feel me? The Green Lantern in there hollering at the shorties in the back. I'm trying to be at one of them tables, you feel me, when it comes to this music, man. So I just, you know what I mean? Likewise, bro. I appreciate y'all work, man. Y'all make me work harder, dog. Sure, man.
And so what was like with Down in Flames? You said you recorded this in what, a day? So what was the process like that with that? Did you just one day you're like, I'm gonna do this project, or was it with the pandemic going on, you're like, it's time to start putting in some work, I got some shit to speak on?
Well, I never stopped recording ever. You know what I mean? So I always have some stuff in the stash for whatever purpose may, you know what I mean, arise. But one day I was chilling with my boy HBKGs. We was down in the basement, back to back, Cypher style, stereo right here, just playing through beats. And then he opened up his notebook. He got some titles right here. You feel me? So he just saying all these concepts and telling me his thought process behind it. Well, Down in Flames was one of the titles that was on the paper. So I was like, yo, what's this Down in Flames shit mean? It just stood out to me. He was like, man, I just, you know what I mean? He had Unchained. He had all these joints and just concepts. He a genius, bro. He be thinking of econs from where I be at. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, this Down in Flames talking to me, man. It sounded like an album right here. He was like, yo, bro, it was written for you to have that as your album title, bro. Like, you feel me? I feel like right now with your birthday coming in July, that's what he's telling me. Yeah. He's like, I just feel like something about to happen right now where we gonna be Down in Flames as a people. When he said that shit, I was like, man, I just like how that shit sound. I ain't know what it meant. So I was like, let me start writing with that in mind. And I started watching the news. I started seeing this COVID shit hit. Fab started calling it a cold summer and all this extra shit that is just boring to me. Yeah. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just run with this Down in Flames shit because it seemed like shit getting crazy. Shit Down in Flames. Kobe just died and shit. We down in motherfucking flames right now. So the first half of the whole album, I'm just spitting some ill ass shit.
Taking you down there.
Taking you down, but you rise out the fire though. So at the end of the album, I'm uplifting you more toward my purple vibes, more toward the vibes that we familiar with, that cool shit. I cut my hair to make this album to take them back. You know what I mean? I just went down on hall where they had the basketball tournaments with the kids and still World Be Free and just was out there in the streets again just to do this project, to be back in my mentality. Yeah. And the hood is fucked up. You know what I mean? So I got to bring them out of that, bro. So my next project gonna be some positive shit. You dig? That's why I'm gonna get this shit out the way. And then that positivity. Anif LeVay worked with the children in the school. He's a substitute teacher. You feel me? That's fun. Straight like that. I'm that's where my mind is at. They looking at me a different type of way. So we trying to help out everything that's going down. I don't mean we don't walk through it as well. I'm just taking them through my world.
You gotta walk through it.
You know what I'm saying?
Get through the fire. It's a great reward on the other side.
It's a great reward on the other side.
Facts.
There always will be. There always, and I know Cuse is fucking crazy right now.
Ridiculous, man.
Everywhere
in America, every hood the same with Ice Cubes.
Everywhere in the world, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Shit is absurd, but it seems like with that concept in mind, I'm really excited about the album, bro. Was Big Baghdad on the second half then? Was that?
That was like toward it was toward the middle.
Right in the middle, yeah.
That's where the Euro step is happening. I ain't really at the rim yet, but that's where the change of pace. You started to see it now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We at first we just angry, and then I started making more shorty tracks toward the end. I got the Lust joint. You know what I'm saying? And I got the I Think I Like You joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take you on a little ride. Basically, an analogy of that is that you can't play chess without a queen. Anybody going through a struggle, get you a shorty behind you, man. You could be 10 times stronger, bro. You have all the brothers you want, but when you have something that you consider like a mom figure, it could be your mom, it could be your girl. You just need to have a woman's intuition to guide you through this joint.
They see stuff different.
So I start doing the love songs toward the end of it, really for the females, really to tend to all of them. The Dots, the cool ones, the moms. I did it all. You know what I mean?
We got one from towards the end. We got Penthouse. It's number 17. Should we play it for him?
Oh yeah, Penthouse. Hold on, wait though.
All right.
See the Penthouse. You know what I'm saying? We in the Penthouse though. We still who we is. We still cocky with it, but we in the Penthouse. We some street niggas in the Penthouse. Go ahead, bro.
All right,
ABF. Trust no one, that's what I was taught. I was raised to get this money, shoot a nigga in his foot. Every nigga in my squad caught a body or jukes. Did a bit and came home stacking paper like books. I get it in, fuck the friend, we only cool when the wind blow. Trap on the 10th floor, 10 stacks sitting on my neck from them dope flow. Making moon steak to steak, killing all these bimbos. Got a chick, sucking dick, she professional. I ain't with profession, my flow so perfected. My wordplay, flexing on my haters, second guessing. Getting all this money got me changing my directions. But I'm a young bull with a lot of pull. I'll pull it in a second, fist telling in the Lexus. My big bro told me that I'm passing all my tests. Rest in peace to Papa, man, I love you, you a legend. Learned a lot of lessons through my trials and tribulations. With a brick on my lap, ready for preparations. Booms on deck, ready for situations. Facing my demons with grenades and 12 gauges.
Gold bottles, but I've been 100 proof. VSOP smooth. Raise a glass, I have a toast for the truth. Monopoly moves, but we in a penthouse.
Fashionz.
We in a penthouse.
Top shelf shit, y'all already know what it is. Manolo and Scarface, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm from the other side, but it's cleaner than Park Place. I'm ballin' in the same fit as dirt on my Barclay. I got shooters on my team like they ready to guard Clay. You may see me with my queen, but I still need some arm space. I chase money like a car race that's making a heartbreak. Crop these niggas out the picture, man, I swear that they all fake. I swear they all two-faced, I swear that they all snake. Play my hand on just the dealer, get her back, get out your feelings. I put money over bitches, I put family over business. I put my dick in these women, got my focus on my millions. At the top floor of the building, at the top floor of the building, at the top floor of the building, take no days off. Put in pain with all my niggas, this gon' pay off. Big ballers in this bitch like this the playoff. Big ballers in this bitch like it's the playoff. At the top floor of the building, take no days off. But my niggas getting chicken, it's gon' pay off. We be ballin' in this bitch like it's the playoff. We been ballin' in this bitch like it's the playoff.
Gold bottles, but I've been 100 proof. VSOP smooth. Raise a glass, I have a toast for the truth. Monopoly moves, but we in a penthouse. We in a penthouse.
Hanif Levay or HL. Line your misconceptions up and fire at them. I'm the one since Eva Adam. Envy nagging when your friends be lagging. Tighten the circle with rope and keep them climbing. And if they hang themselves, well, that's how the snakes get find it. I've been on the grind since Pharrell made grinding. Now it's perfect timing off coronavirus, trying to save the world. It's a hero's climate. Let's combine the cause, put the earth inside and be a dickhead. We a circumcising world. I'd have been gangsters back in the days, but never I pick up a gun or pick on weakers who afraid. But lately been thinking about changing my ways. It's time for you pussy get pilled, and all of you cowards are strayed. I'm making them presidents want you to bone for the days that they had us enslaved.
Gold bottles, but I've been 100 proof. VSOP smooth. Raise a glass, I have a toast for the truth. Monopoly moves, but we in a penthouse. We in a penthouse.
Yo, that shit's stupid.
That's Penthouse off of Down in Flames. Y'all can get that on July 27th. Yo, that was dope. So there were a couple features on that one. You talked about you got a feature on the outro. How many features you think you got throughout the project?
It's not a lot of features. It's 3, and then they're featured sporadically through the album.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll hear. It's like I'm on most of the tracks, but I believe I'm on every. You know what I'm saying? As the main though. Mm-hmm. They sporadically through there. Only 3 artists though. Hanif Levay. You got my boy HBKGs. He's only on the outro, and then the guy you just heard. His name is Quito ABF. He's an artist from New Jersey. I got with him. I told him I needed to work with him on this project because I like his delivery and his wordplay is vicious.
He was the first artist?
He was the first one, yeah.
He immediately had my attention. Bro. I was dragged into the track. Once I heard him start, I just got excited. That's the rap that I fuck with. Just at the core, I could listen to that shit all day, and I was curious to see how it was gonna come on that track, bro. That was impressive. I like that. I like that more than the last one for sure. If you got 17 of these motherfuckers, it's game over. They might as well just give you the next Sammy too.
Yeah. You feel me? We trying. Appreciate it, man. Definitely trying, man. It's just nuts, man. And usually, I don't be putting people first on tracks, man. I was like, let me take a back seat. That's how crazy this is.
I don't do that shit either, bro. But like, it's almost a respect. It's almost a respecting. Like, I think putting somebody towards the end or letting them finish the song off is like a strong. Like, I'm not gonna put you on my song if I don't think that you fire. You feel me?
Right.
I think that the intro was kind of disrespectful. Recently, I changed that. It's just hard for me to leave an empty space. Like, I normally start with a verse and not a chorus, and so it's I don't know. Just the writing process is weird. But when I got a question, when you come down to 18 tracks, people get killed always because of quality control. They think that you can always trim the fat and get it down to your best 11 or 12. Do you feel like there's no weak songs on here? You think that every song is as good as the next, or were they like passion songs?
I feel like the whole album is gonna be cool because they're vibes. Every song is a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't try and sound like Situation Slick Fashionz or Ghost Flow Slick Fashionz. You know what I mean? And the Joker joint is like a whole nother way. So like every song I'm giving you just a different style. And if you find yourself in the car riding and you happen to just skip the first 10 and go straight to 13, 12, it's an instant vibe. It don't matter. You still got hit with the John.
Every single song was necessary for the concept.
And then some songs now, I know that like the up-tempo joints, the real fire ones is short. Because people want some quick shit. Mm-hmm. And you get into the vibes like the Penthouse, it's a song to be appreciated because the artists and the bars. So I got it at the end because it's a little slower. It's a little longer song now. Right. Now you really walking with me. But by this time, you already caught up in the vibes. It's all good. Your favorite one's probably up there somewhere, but you still in that V. You feel me? Like, I just try to do it a little different.
I mean, I can tell you're right. Like every single song that we've heard or that Andrew has played has sounded completely different. They've all been between Joker, Big Baghdad, and Penthouse, all completely different vibes. You feel me? How long did 18 tracks come out to, like time wise?
That's
46.
What?
46 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 46 minutes.
So it's like a perfect time.
That's not too long. That's easily digestible.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's an episode of Fresh Prince with some commercials. I got you. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to have them too long. I want people to at least appreciate that it was kind of fast, and then you go back. If you can spin my joint back, then that means that you heard something you like, and that's all I care about. Even if people critique it, oh, this one trash, whatever, but that's all good. If you can say my shit is trash twice, you feel me? Then I'm doing the right thing, bro. For real. You feel me? That means somebody else brought it to you again. Yeah. You know, it's all good, man. It's all
good. Shit, bro. I really fuck with your mindset. Like we haven't chopped it up in a minute, and we haven't got to kick it really outside of anything music. Just at shows in the studio.
Pandemic killed us, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you know how I feel about you, Syracuse fam. Like it's all love, but just hearing how you articulate yourself and the breakdown behind this project, it's been really dope. I think this is probably my favorite conversation that we've had with a guest so far.
Yeah.
Here comes the hate for that one, and they're gonna be sub statuses about that.
Niggas should take notes.
Facts,
yeah, he was engaging. He talked the whole time.
For sure,
exactly.
Bro.
You being engaged and you're breaking down everything you need. You feel me? We've had great guests on the show. I'm just saying, it's been a good, insightful experience.
Oh, for sure. Anytime, man. I had to spin back once the album is dropped, and then the people could kind of know what they like and all that. I'll spin back through. It's nothing, man. Got a lot of gas in this vehicle, you heard?
Like a couple
times, like Rodney and Baby Boy.
For sure, bro. We'll definitely have to have you back on again soon. We appreciate you stopping by. You like they said, you've been a great guest. We're really looking forward to the project dropping on Monday, right?
Yes, sir, man. We all in, baby.
And where can physicals?
Because we in a pandemic, right? So see, everybody's downloading music, and that's cool, and everybody told me to do that. But I want to see how much people fuck with me, man. This is all physical. I'm going to get you a mask when you cop my joint. I'm telling you right now. You're going to get a mask. It's going to be a physical. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to pull up with my quarantine outfit on looking crazy. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a wave, man, because I really care about the project. And if you're willing to spend on it, I'm willing to pull up. I don't care where you are.
That's a great idea. You gotta get like a zip file or some shit that you can just email somebody after they cash app you. So some people don't even have some shit to play.
I got the joint. I got some. I'm actually got purple. What's them shit? USBs. I got purple USBs. So anybody who can't get the joint, it's 10 for the actual joint. But if you really can't, I got 20. Throw me 20, I'll send you it on the purple joint. You feel me? You're gonna get the mask with it. You're gonna get the joint. It's gonna be crazy.
Yo, if you're shipping that shit, bro, I'm down. I'm in on that. So
I got you. It's nothing.
We're looking forward to that, bro. Like I said, where can they find you on social media? You on Twitter, Instagram, all that?
Yes, sir. You can find Slick Fashionz. You can type me in any search bar, Slick Fashionz. If you go on Google, it'll send you directly to me. I believe if you ask Siri, she's going to say, oh, I think I heard of him. Boop, boop. And it's going to send you right to the joint where all my shits is at. If you want Instagram, Slick Fashionz, Twitter, Slick Fashionz. Snapchat is a day in the life, ADAY in the life, because that's all it be. Some little light shit. See me drinking OJ and shit. It's cool. I mean, I'm jeweled up. But I'm everywhere, man. Slick Fashionz. Type me in on your PSN. I'll pull up with the stick and Call of Duty. I got my own stick. You dig?
You cooked either way.
I'm telling you, man. I'm everywhere, yo. Slick Fashionz everywhere. Just follow me, man, and I'll follow you back. I'm one of those dudes, man.
Bet, bro. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Like I said, looking forward to the project on Monday. Looking forward to it. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Man. Upstate, man. We got one.
Of course. It's good to meet you, bro. What was your name again?
Hanif Leve. I saw you.
Facts.
He's down on Saw Space. So you performing there.
Space Theater joint.
Bump shoulders. We got link up.
Got you, bro. I knew you looked familiar, son.
Yes, sir.
Yo, before I go, I couldn't help but notice that they got the haunt. They did something with the haunt. What happened with the haunt, bro?
So the haunt went up for sale, and somebody bought the land. I don't think they bought the building itself. So I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure if they plan to destroy the building. But the haunt, they didn't sell the brand and like that business of the haunt. So what I was talking to my dad. He's been playing music in this town for 50 years.
Right.
He thinks that the haunt's not going anywhere besides a different location in Ithaca. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that actually works. Niggas can't take my opinion too serious.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I don't have real information. It's just an opinion. I do know the land got sold though, which is really
I see some movement over there. I was like, damn, just keep the energy alive.
We just got the keys to it, bro. We was gonna be throwing 3 shows a year. We were gonna be business partner. Like there was some shit going down, and it really hurt me that that's what happened. But all the businesses are affected right now because of COVID, and we'll always be able to book a show. We'll always be able to fuck a stage up.
Right.
So don't worry about that. I hope that clarified a little bit though.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I just was tapping in, man. You know, I fuck with y'all, bro. Straight like that, dog. That shit hurt me too.
Facts. Thank you guys for stopping by. We appreciate both of you.
100, man.
Appreciate up there.
All right, y'all.
Cheers.
Yo, that was a dope conversation. Like you guys said, probably one of our best guests, if not the best guest we've had so far. That was a solid interview, if nothing else, you know?
It's just energy. Like, son, there's no dead moments. Like, and I don't mean to. I'm not trying to shit on nobody that's came on the show.
No, I know. I gotta talk shit. That's what we gotta do. We gotta stir up a little bit of shit. You know what I mean? Of
course, gotta stir the pot a little bit. But Slick's a good dude. He played some good tracks. I'm excited for this project. I want to know why he chose those songs to play. Because when you have 18 tracks and if they're all different vibes, I wonder how you choose what you're gonna preview to the world. You feel me? I'm blown away that it's actually 18 tracks. It's got me excited. It's got me nervous and just on like the edge of my seat now. I really thought it was gonna be like a small EP.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full project. Like I said, when I saw the email, it was track 17. I was like, oh, bet this is gonna be a whole ass project. So, that's something to look forward to for sure. We got another project we got to talk about.
Does it lower your standards of it?
For the
If it's going to be 18 tracks, do you think that? Yeah. Are you more worried about it not being as good?
It doesn't. It heightens my standards, but it makes me more nervous about it. I expect it to be his best work yet, by far. Like 18 tracks. Especially if he can convey it or musically exactly how we just conveyed it, I will sit down and listen to 18 tracks in 46 minutes like that. You feel me? But when you go that long, it just leaves a lot of rooms to miss. That's it. Like Colorblind was 45 minutes and it was only 11 songs. So some of those songs are gonna be a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You feel me? So I think he has a good formula. I'm just excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, when he said 46 minutes, I was pretty surprised. I was expecting maybe an hour, like 58 minutes, something like that. So when he said that, I was a little bit more like, okay, this should be perfect. Like as far as I'm concerned, and like I said, I've been on here plenty of times talking about how projects are too long, they have too many tracks. I'm totally fine with this because I think I'll be able to get through this and enjoy all of them. But like you, I am a little bit more nervous that I very well could be wrong now because that's a lot to digest. But from Slick, I'm looking forward to it because like he said, he doesn't drop all the time. This isn't something he does he dropped Purple a year ago, right? So it's been a year. That's plenty of time to get excited for a solo project. The features that we heard were pretty good. So overall, like I'm still excited, and I think that he could still end up delivering the better project of the three. But he has given himself almost more competition. And you asked a great question in terms of were any of these tracks like filler tracks? I mean, simplifying the question, of course, but.
So I guess like I want to clarify because that's not necessarily what I was asking.
Yeah.
Because you could have songs that you admittedly are not as good as others because you needed to say something or it was vital to the point you're making. You feel me? That's what I was saying. Like when I hear 18 tracks after the concept he explained, just a typical trope. Like, are there songs that are worse than the others? Apparently every song is crucial to the tape. So when you say some shit like that, I'm like having 18 songs. Richie and Don are both dropping like smaller EPs, right?
Yeah.
that I don't even feel like they're comparable anymore.
That's
like
yeah.
I think Slick is like his project is going to be the best one, but it's a bigger sample size. So I don't think that you should compare.
Hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do that now.
It's a little bit weird. It changes how I feel about that whole thing. But I'm just as a consumer, just like y'all, it's gonna be a good fucking week.
Yeah, it's dope that he's dropping on Monday because we have the whole week to consume that, and then on Friday 2 projects that aren't even as long probably together as his project. So like we'll have time to then consume that too. So there's a lot of good music dropping. So and that project is dope. So I'm excited for that. We have a project we have to talk about that dropped this week, I believe, maybe a little bit earlier than this week.
July 18th, I think.
Yeah, so sometime this week. Carlito Black. Let's go ahead and play. I got one track lined up. It kind of features Anthony, so I figured it would be the right one to play. A little throwback to one of our episodes, if you guys remember this one. So here's Carlito Black. I don't remember the name of this track. That's my bad, but here we go.
I think it's called Do You Believe?
All right, Do You Believe by Carlito Black.
I've been listening to Carlito for a while. It's hit after hit with that guy. I've never really heard a bad verse from him. This verse specifically.
Let's go. No distractions, only focus on my passion. No more broke days, look at the money that I'm stacking. Even haters get the picture, ain't no need for captions. Shots on the board, ain't no secret that I'm active.
Chai's mixed it.
Real one plus on the go when it come to rapping. Flood on their neck, don't be surprised by the snapping. Had a dream, they doubted me, but still I took action. Check your stats, you see I'm consistent with the classes. Been with Melody, you see now where he constructed. I'm number 1, number 2's the thing that I be flushing. My aspirations higher, I'm more bigger than the gutter. Never support hate, if you do then you a sucker. So all my haters deep down, just know that I love you. It's eating you alive that you a fan undercover. Rappers like the trap, check the way that I bubble. You need bars, copycat hundreds, I confront you. You believe, but do you believe in me? Count me out, I count it up, see it's a bigger difference. No procrastination at all, I handle business. What you want, hot freestyles, you will get the written. No make believe, but make you believe when I sit and spit it. On beats, you attempt to murder, see I really kill it. I make a movie with mine, you paint a basic picture. Born legend, and people see I'm important. Kid could've played victim, but I look better victorious. Gemini like big, so everything is notorious. Gemini like big, so everything is notorious. Gemini like big, so everything is notorious. 75718. Boy Cypher, no life. Chai's mixed it. When the love turns to hate.
And that's off of Carlito Black's project, When the Love Turns to Hate. I want to first shout out Carlito for sending us this. We encourage people to send us projects, tracks, all that every week. And I don't think we get enough. In general, I don't get enough. I only get maybe 1 or 2 a week. You guys, like, I mean, and I'm not even critiquing, like, utilize this platform, let us give you some advice or whatever, however you want to look at it. But anyway, shout out to Carlito for sending us this project. It's a dope project. What did you guys think about it?
Sheridan, go first. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a little.
Well, I honestly thought that the beginning and the end of this project were really great. This track specifically is one of my favorites. I thought it was really cool that he used the little part of Anthony talking, but I think he's at his best when he's really spitting. There's actually a track towards the end that like literally like brought tears to my eyes. Like he really like talked about a lot of like I think relatable and important stuff on some of the tracks, and I think some of the tracks where he went for like some melodies I think didn't totally hit for me, but I think that if he keeps working towards like those types of tracks, I think eventually he might be able to hit, because they weren't terrible, they just didn't totally hit. When he was spitting, it always hits. So props to him, and I'm gonna definitely be going back to the project a couple more times.
Nah, for sure. I think that was a a very accurate analysis. I think the projects were strongest at the beginning and the end. Carlito knows how I feel about him. Obviously, he sampled that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna repeat myself. I'll give him his respect because he is one of the elite spitters out here. He's at his best when, like you said, he's just going straight at it, keeping it at 100, talking real shit, being witty. And "Letter to My Father" was my favorite track on the project too.
Me too, for sure.
It almost brought tears to my eyes too. I can't lie, and I don't want to say it's like overly emotional. He did a real good job at being straightforward and not like almost like pulling for sympathy. You know what I mean? And a lot of tracks like that, it's almost people want you to be sad for them. Like this track sounded like, nah, I need to just say something to you real quick. You feel me? And how genuine it was just beautiful. A quick 7-piece. I think it's 18, 19 minutes. Easily digestible. There was a song on here. I can't remember the name. I think that he did too much. The chorus itself was really good. The execution I wasn't a fan of. I think he should have ghost wrote it somebody, because the chorus was honestly like, I'm sitting here like, despite the auto-tune, I'm like, this still kind of rocks. But if you get somebody who like specializes in that shit just for a moment like that, or can even put notes out longer, that would have been one of probably the best hits on the album. I think it's called Fold. I don't remember. I think it's a song.
Yeah, I think that it was one of the earlier ones. Carlito is an interesting one for me because he's someone that I heard of even way back when I lived in New York. I heard of his music back then, and I really didn't care for it much back then. At the time, I wasn't a huge fan, and it was probably just a circumstance. Like, he's grown so much. That's why I like him so much now, because I've seen that development as into someone who's really like a real artist. Like, he's dope. When his projects drop, I'm almost upset because 9 times out of 10 they aren't on a major streaming service for whichever reason. That's why I was hyped when I saw this one was on Spotify, because it's getting put out the right way. People can easily access this project. Like you said, it's easily digestible. I do agree to an extent with some of the melodic tracks, but at the same time, when I'm chilling listening to this project, it's so, like you said, the beginning is so good and the end is so good that by the time I really started to feel like, oh, maybe these melodic tracks aren't hitting, it got right back to what I like. And so it made it like a really, really good project. It's one of the better ones that I've been able to sit and listen to this year out of Upstate, because it was nice, short, easily consumable, like
anyone.
And probably a little bit of favoritism for sampling the Cypher. Like, I thought that was dope. When you,
I think a really genius idea. I think and he could have any artist could have sampled anything that we've said on any of these episodes. I think how he utilized it was like I have to give him credit for that. It was really dope.
Yeah,
I kind of wish that I did it. I kind of I wish I did it. Like he was very, very smart and creative for that. I feel like he was watched live like that, because it's cool to think about him just watching the podcast and us talking about him and him being like, oh, no, I got to get this episode. Like, I got to, you feel me? Like, there's just a certain element to it. I love that the platform we're giving other artists, and I love that they're actually listening and that they actually care.
And utilizing it in a creative way, and then not just utilizing it, but then following up again and being like, yo, now listen to the project and let me know what you think. So that's a dope relationship the Cypher has built with Carlito Black. Like, and like I said, it's so cool to see the development for someone that I probably didn't take too seriously before I started heavily following Upstate music, but now that I follow it, to see someone grow into that role. Another person who's done that, and he doesn't really make music right now, or hasn't for a while, is Kev Hunted. I think that's his name. I went to school with him. I went to high school or middle school with him. We were homies. Like, I can remember a couple times just chilling with him doing stupid shit, and I did not take his music seriously. We almost had like a fake rap beef between our shitty rap friends and his shitty rap friends, and then to have seen him like grow into a real dope rapper, it's like I want to see him continue, because it's relatable to what Carlito Black has done, where he's I never had an issue with him, but to see his music actually become something I would listen to, like just chilling, it's so cool. So
there are two rappers out here. Well, there's more than two, but two that always come to my mind randomly, and I'm like, damn, son, if they were just consistently putting out music or taking this more serious at the moment, they would easily be some of the best artists out here. They would be regarded highly amongst their peers, and it's like undeniable. Kev Hunnit can rap extraordinarily well. He can bar with any rapper out here to a certain extent. And he can sing. His melodies are very good. His strong structuring is good. He can be very generic sometimes. That's my biggest problem with Kev Hunnit, is that in some of his music, it's just generic. And to my knowledge, that's kind of why he stopped. He wanted to get to know himself more and find a way to better his mental health. And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. This is what I feel like he's posted on Facebook. And that he needed to be honest with himself and find a way to articulate that through music. And I know he's making music right now because we're actually working on a track right now. And he's in lyrically and music wise probably the best shape of his life, which just goes to show what can happen when you take a proper break. There's another artist out here that used to go by the name of Verbal Intent. His name's Trey Vaughn. I think his name was Verbal Intent. Trey K. I can't even pronounce his last name. It looked like Quagmire or some shit. Like, he's an animal, bro. He's like, he started rapping with like Dustin and shit, and Trey is just fucking filthy. He has one of the most natural and best flows out here. He can bar with any fucking body, and I mean anybody. I just don't know why he hasn't been dropping more music. He's somebody that next show I'll probably bring up a track of his. Like I would say we have like 3 songs, all his, and none of them have ever came out. Like, I'm not doing no more songs with that nigga until he drops one. like fuck out of here. But he is an animal, bro. So those are 2 artists that I'm always like, damn, son, what if? Like, what? Just the game is gonna be in trouble when these niggas start coming back.
Facts. Isn't Trey the one you're always arguing with about what's his name? Joyner Lucas, yeah. So yeah, shout out to him though. Shout out to him. He be on that.
I mean, Joyner Lucas, I think, is his #1 favorite rapper right now, besides for like Daylight. And right. I just hope that I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly come up with an original. I thought if like you're. I'm not fucking.
We're good. We're good. We're not even gonna argue the Joyner thing today. Shout out to him. We're looking forward to some music. Ant's gonna play some next week. But we do have some. We have some lined up to play. Before we get to that, I do just want to again shout out Carlito Black, When the Love Turns to Hate. It's on Spotify. You can easily find it. Carlito isn't one of the artists in Upstate that it takes a while to search their name on Spotify. You can search his quickly and find it. That's actually really convenient. It's
a really cool name too. Like, it sounds familiar as fuck, and just like an actual. It's a rapper name. Like,
so, and I'm just glad to see he's doing good. Like I said, I've known him or of him for a long time. So to see him producing good music and just doing well for himself now is dope to see. So we got some local tracks lined up, though. We're going to go a little bit out of order than usual. I actually don't have an order for you guys, but we're going to go with Ant first. So go ahead and set us up with the track you sent.
So this is my man T Melly off his latest project. I forget who the feature artist is. Let me look it up real quick, just so I don't misquote his name. This might be my favorite track off this project, besides the one that I'm not on, of course, because I'm biased. But Long Live DJ, T Melly and Long Live DJ. I want y'all to tell me if I'm tripping. I think Long Live DJ sounds fucking identical to J. Cole. Like.
Well, Sheridan's gonna hate it then.
Nah. I expect Sheridan to love this. Like, just off what I know his music taste to be. Like, I guess I can't say love this, but enjoy the song for sure. I picked this song because when I go back to this project, this is This is just what I listen to first, no doubt. And I think it's a striking resemblance to J. Cole. So I want to know if you guys catch that or if I'm tripping.
Bet, let's get it. T Melly, Rainy Days.
Yo, close the blinds. Hurry up. Close that shit. I got too much anxiety. Anxiety, too much inside of me. Tired of these pussy niggas always be trying me. And I'm gonna chase it, see the pain and I face it. It's just part of the plan. Hope that you understand. I got too much anxiety, too much inside of me. Tired of these pussy niggas always be trying me. Never had a way to vent, so I always get high. Trying to get to the top, they told me reach for the sky. So I did it, not look at me, but don't look at me crookedly. Probably made $1 million if I add what they took from me and subtract what I gave. Had to divide with the gang. Now I'm multiplying numbers that don't fit in my brain. Thinking what if I change? I can't get my feelings out in one page. Trying to figure out my life, it's like I'm stuck in a maze. Feel like I'm locked inside a box, like I'm a dog in a cage. Until I get on that stage and make the crowd go insane. I regret for every day I be forgetting to pray. Father God, please forgive me, Lord, I'm trying to change. But it's hard when every day is full of lightning and rain. You know I only take these pills to help me deal with the pain.
Baby, don't worry, cause I'll be okay. And I know what you're thinking. My heart is just racing, not into the plan. You know what I'm saying, it's just supply and demand. Because you know I'm the man, but baby, be patient. Just send the location, so it's left vacant. Now I'm here to change it, and I'm gonna chase it. See the pain and I face it, it's just part of the plan. Hope that you understand. Yeah, hope you feeling better since you got my letter. I stain the paper like tears dripping on your favorite sweater. And if the pain was rainy weather, I would change the weather. Just your name could change forever if we stayed together. Look, I've been on the road for a while now. I've been juggling the world, but it's mine now. And I give it all to you to brighten my smile. My world revolves around yours, so we can shine now. Damn legend, nigga, look at where you at now. You tryna turn Cleary you into a frat house. Remember summers on the porch during blackouts. Came a long way from chilling at the trap house. Remember cherish the people that you adore now. If opportunity knocks, then kick the door down. Take a look at your parents and make them more proud. Take a look at your love and love them more now. But we gon' baby, don't worry, cause I'll be okay. And I know what you're thinking. My heart is just racing, not into the plan. And you know what I'm saying, it's just supply and demand. Because you know I'm the man, but baby, be patient. Just send the location, so it's left vacant. Now I'm here to change it, and I'm gonna chase it. See the pain and I face it, it's just part of the plan. Hope that you understand.
That's Rainy Days by T Melly, and I don't know, man. I'm going to have to argue, or I don't say argue, but I disagree a little bit. I could hear it if I try to hear it, but I don't hear the identical J. Cole sound, but it was a dope track.
I heard it a little bit.
I'm ready for the comments to be like, no, someone's going to lie and side with you and be like, I hear it, and I'm telling them right now they're lying.
You said that. I see the tears dripping on your favorite sweater. If I had the rainy weather, I would change the weather.
The beginning, yeah.
Facts.
The beginning.
Bro, I can't lie. Like, to me, I guess I heard it one time, and now I just can't unhear it. Like, he just sounds like J. Cole to me. I've never heard any of his other music, but everything from the melody to the word choice to the fake deep that Sheridan be trying to allure to. I just thought that it genuinely sounded like J. Cole. And my favorite part about this track is the bridge that keeps coming back in. And the baby, be patient. Just drop the location. The blah, 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 blah. Like, I think that flow, I think the effects they threw on it, I really just enjoy this track from top to bottom. I think the lyricism could have been better on both sides, but I don't think that's what this track was about. It was honest. It was a banger. And this is one of my favorite T Melly tracks that he has at least dropped. I know a couple unreleased that are fucking filthy. Me and T Melly got like 6 tracks in the cut, and we got some shit.
That's why I was hyped to see the track he did with Leaky 14. It's not a bad track. I might bring that one up next week. just because I'm not sure where either of them are based, but I know I haven't heard much about you guys or about Leaky from you guys, so I assume he's not really based around you guys. So to see like the broadening connection between artists or whatnot is really dope to see. So it's just cool.
I'm slightly familiar with Leaky, but I think it's because of you. And if I do know Leaky from another situation, then it's because I know him by a different name, probably his government.
Right.
And so to see them working together is dope. I have no idea where he's from. T Melly is from Big Flats, which is like by Binghamton.
Right.
The Union, Endicott, all that area. So I know he's up in the mix. But to see him getting his name out in general, like I remember when I first called on to T Melly, I think he had like 9 monthly listeners. And if you go to his Spotify right now, he's saying at like 900, I think. I know his name amongst other artists is getting more out there. And that's going to come with new features. That's going to come with new relationships. And I think he's an artist that deserves it. I know he mixes and records all his shit at his crib too. So he's trying to open up a studio when COVID's out. I fucks with him. I'm hoping to chop it up with him soon.
That's a fact. Sheridan, you're up next.
So I got the new track that G Scaffa just dropped today for his birthday, Gallery. So happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Scoff. Even though you don't need promo, bro, but we're gonna give it to you anyway for the birthday.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't care. I like it.
Bet.
She says she Christian, put her in Dior. Fell in love with the fashion one time, now she wants some more. We ain't no saints, but this Laurent is. Couple bands for the pants, cost more than where you live. She says she proud of me. I'm dancing in my Pradas at the gallery. This strip is like some art, check out my gallery. I know they mad at me, I know they mad at me. I do this shit for the show out. She fell in love with the fashion. I told my niggas we was gonna be Gucci great no matter what happens. I just sit back and she please me. I go crazy like I'm Yeezy. She a blessing like she sneezy. She like Minaj just like Weezy. I like the ones that be nasty and classy and sassy all at the same time. She like a nigga with passion, some money, and boss nigga always gonna stay on his grind. And we at the stores and get what we want. I see it, I like it, I get it, it's mine. Many times prayed, many dark days, so we ride to watch it just for the shine. Fresh white tee, jeans by Acne. She like what she see, she look right at me. Jeans by Acne, she like what she see. Checking me out, she on my body. With an ass like that, I can tell she do Pilates. She match my vibe, she can match my fly. She a 2 times 5. What you doing for the night? I could do for the night. She says she Christian, put her in Dior. Fell in love with the fashion one time, now she wants some more. We ain't no saints, but this Laurent is. Couple bands for the pants, cost more than where you live. She says she proud of me. I'm dancing in my Pradas at the gallery. This strip is like some art, check out my gallery. I know they mad at me, I know they mad at me. I like the ones that be nasty and classy and sassy all at the same time. She like a nigga with passion, some money, and boss nigga always gonna stay on his grind. And we at the stores and get what we want. I see it, I like it, I get it, it's mine. Many times prayed, many dark days, so we ride to watch it just for the shine.
That's Gallery by G Scaffa. That was a dope track. I was excited when I saw that he had posted that this morning. I actually commented on his live and said I was going to play it on the Cypher this morning, and then Sheridan just stole my track. So I was cool with it. It was fine. But that, like, I like the track, and I was hyped to see Scaffa putting out music. And I get what he was saying, because he posted something on social media talking about how he's not looking for promo, so keep your comments to yourself, which I feel like was probably directed towards me, because every time he's dropped, I've talked about how they haven't done the right type of promo, which I totally understand his comments. Actually, after I thought about it today, I'm like, it comes to a point where you're just doing your thing, so you don't want to hear it. But at the same time, I'm just doing my thing when I say that too. So but I do want to say it was a dope track. I'm excited to check out his other track because he put another one out on Instagram at some point today. I'm gonna check that out. But what did you think, Ant?
It was gas. It was really gas. I love Scaff when he's on that sing rap shit. I think he does it one of the best out here, period. I don't know. I want to hear his raw voice sometime just to know if he can actually sing, because it truly sounds like it. It sounds like he really has just a great voice. He combines it with his quick little lyrical bars, not over the top lyricism, but he has little one-liners and witty punchlines that he always is throwing in there. If he dropped this on his last project, this would probably be one of my favorite songs on the project. But Scaff is so consistent with his music. He hasn't disappointed me really ever. Like, maybe he hasn't hit his best a couple times, but he doesn't need to still be good. You feel me? Scaff is always consistent with the quality. I'd love to see him put out some more music. I know he's always creating, but I know whatever he's working on, it's about to be wild. If he was able to just drop a project right now and decided to drop a song instead, means he's got some shit in the tuck that he's waiting for. You feel me? So I'm excited. Scaff knows how I feel about him. I'm trying to get some more joints in with him because he's a fucking animal.
I'm glad he just dropped like a song or two, like Andrew said. Though I think it's good that he held off on the project.
Yeah, and that's just because, like Ant said, I think he's really, really good. He's one of the first artists when I started doing Upstate Aesthetic or really covering local artists that I really caught on to and was like, man, I really like the music that he's putting out. He had a song called Riri. I don't know if you've heard it. I really fuck with that track, and it's just one that bops, and I got into him real early on. But my only consistent critique, and that's why I get where he's like, okay, I'm tired of hearing it, is the fact that it's just been no promo or not the right amount of promo behind his music. But like you said, he's so consistent with the music. It's always good that I can understand from the artist's perspective of like, why the fuck do you care about the fact that I'm not promoting it when you say it's good? And I could get that thought process, but at the same time, you're so good, I would rather see you do a little bit more. And I get that it's difficult. You just have to be consistent, because I see Scaff get on it and then sort of fall back. Sort of the way we all do. It's tough to be consistent with it.
It's tough to be consistent with it, but it's also like, as an artist, there's certain things that you don't plan on promoting. At least as a rapper myself, there's been times when I've seriously contemplated and just haven't gone through with it, but just dropping projects because I can and just giving them to the people that support me the most, not with the intention to take me anywhere. But at a certain extent, when you make the music that Scaff does, that quality-wise, he could really, like, anybody hears one of these songs that has some connections, they'll listen to it, their ears will perk up, and they'll want to know what's up. So the goal is to always get in front of that person, but your intentions might not be sometimes that you want to promote something. Like, and that's where, if those comments were directed to you or us, like he's totally in the right. And we don't know his intentions behind that. If he ever would want to come up here and explain that, pop up, Scaff.
Well, and like that's not even like a cop out either. Like, I'm not even trying to play it safe in terms of how I'm responding to him, because I just do genuinely understand like his side. But like I said, I hope he just sees my side of, well, I'm going to cover your music regardless. Like, I'm not even trying to be a dick. Your music's too good not to cover. If you sucked, I wouldn't cover it, because that's totally fine. But because it's good, I'm going to talk about it. And if I always have the same critique, then whatever. But I do understand his response to it. I wouldn't even say that he has a problem with it, just his response to it.
And that's assuming he was talking about or referring to this. You feel me?
That's, of course, a bold assumption. Fair enough, or whatever.
It makes sense, but I just don't want to put words in his mind. I guess assuming, you feel me? But Scat, he knows how good he is. I'm sure if he had that one project that he thought was going to take him to the next level, I'm sure he would put some promotion dollars in it and treat it differently.
And I just think it's like, as I think about it, it's more or less like an And a lot of artists probably have this dilemma where he works so much that to then compile what he's already worked on and put it out, like he probably is already working on new stuff that he's more fond of. So how do I put this out? How do I promote the stuff that I don't even like as much anymore when I already have this new stuff that I'd rather promote, but it's not exactly ready? Like I can imagine it's a situation like that with someone who works all the time. So the way he releases music kind of makes sense, where he finishes something and he's like, I fuck with this. Let me put it out so that way I don't throw it away and work on the next one. So it could easily be something like that too.
And when you got a studio in your room, I know Scaff records at his crib. I can only imagine the archive of music that he has. You feel me?
Yep.
So I respect him for just gifting his fans with music. You feel me? But he knows that if he were to ever treat a release differently, that it would be a different outcome. There's a lot of artists out here that point blank just should have more views. You feel me? They should be more publicly known. And Scaff is one of the artists that has superstar potential. That's really it. I think that upper echelon. And Mr. McBean, he fucks with Scaff. You feel me? And he doesn't fuck with too many artists out here. He genuinely, like, I'll be going to his crib and he'd be bumping him. I'll be like, yo, that's fucking wild. Like he told me he wants to collab with Scaff. So like when Mr. McBean and Scaff make a track, bro, it's gonna be insane.
Facts. And the next,
if that ever happens, not when.
Well, Scaff works so much, and we just gotta pressure McBean a little bit. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, put that plug in his ear.
Facts. The next track I've got is from an artist that I'm pretty sure is about to blow, but we've been talking about him from the beginning of the Cypher. And when I saw he dropped a new track, I felt like I couldn't help but play his track. Corey Alexander, he dropped a new track called Reckon. I don't know if you guys have heard it or not yet. Sheridan, I know you've heard all the unreleased Corey Alexander, so you might have heard this one before, but I was fucking with it this morning, so we'll go ahead and play it.
Records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, a wasted endeavor. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Out with the old, in with the new. You had your shot, looked like it blew. Backfired, I'm the manager and umpire. Expired, you and that shit is your retire. Haywire, how I drive with screeching tires. My buyers admire, I'm the multiplier. Yo, I am the drug runner and supplier. Yo, play that shit loud through your amplifier. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Shit is a waste of my time. A reason why niggas like me gotta rhyme. I hit a booth and I fuck up a mic. I'm a singer, but I'm rapping tonight. Thought they was fucking with me, but they can't. See, I'm the operation businessman. Thinking you fired, cause I'm uninspired. You can't take me higher like I've been required. You really think you could come at this level, or do you say that so that you could feel better? There ain't no way that you bump in my track and you play your shit back and you think that it matched. You really think you could fuck with me, dude? You thinking you should be up in the room? Impossibility, different frequencies. You in the corner, I'm up on the moon. Challenger, step up or I'ma embarrass your calendar. It's my year and I'm coming through bachelor. I'll take your bitch from a buster, you banished her. Swinging from that shit across the room, reckless and raunchy. Do it nonchalantly, think of me fondly. It's like in Jumanji, Alexander Monty, the card in my pocket. They want and they wish, but they know they can't stop it. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the efforts. A bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Yo, already know, kinda complicated just how it goes. Stand up, tall head honcho, no recall, no show. Tall, dark, blonde, dick and bomb, kinda calm. They knew my look it up, bra, get your cab up. Love a Savion, love a full cup. President Presidents has officially switched. Don't know who you think you fucking with. Can't be voted out, I built a bitch. Talk a lot, but you ain't saying shit. Half the shit you do is fucking sorry. Other half, same shitty story. Honestly, that's why you isn't squatty. Why you never played by the disc jockey. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the effort. Bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor. Records break records, I'm loud and I'm reckless. I reckon I'm wrecking. Cool under pressure, you can't match the effort. Bitch, you're an error, wasted endeavor.
That's Wreckin' from Corey Alexander. I believe he has a project coming up soon-ish. We'll have to wait and see on that one. When I had commented on something about that, he had put me in the direction of this track. I really fuck with it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I've been talking to him the last couple of days just about what he's been doing. He's been posting a little bit on social media, and it looks like he's working on finishing up a project. I already know, like you said earlier, I already know he's got a lot of songs kind of unreleased. So I'm excited to see what he decides to put on this project and what vibe he goes for, or if he's going for a lot of different vibes. I like this track a lot. I think the video was really cool. I think he's always got some cool little videos. In general, it wasn't like my favorite Corey track I've heard, but it was just another kind of pocket that he showed us, and I'm excited to see kind of what else he has to show for.
I would agree. The song was undeniably really good. He showed a lot of range. This is like the second track that I've heard from Corey where he's just going at like a kind of a rapid pace where you would, besides for the melodies, he's essentially rapping. You feel me? The type of rhythm he's holding, how he's attacking it, I would call it like rapping.
Yeah.
And I love that shit. I can't wait to see where he's at in 5 years. Because like you said, this is just like a superstar in the making. I know so many high school parties that or college parties or functions, family gatherings that I could throw on Corey's playlist on shuffle and let it rock and have everybody be satisfied for the most part. You feel me? Like he makes music that the whole world is bound to see at some point. He commented the other day and told me that he wants to collab. I didn't even know he's heard my music before, so that's really good. I'm excited to work with him. I don't know whether I want to put him on a verse or a hook or both. You feel me? Like he's that type of talent. I want to get the best out of him when we work together. Cause that future is gonna be worth something one day. I'm gonna be able to hold my hat right there. Like,
he's ridiculous. And when I played it this morning, because I was like, we've already played Corey a couple times, and we've played a couple artists a couple times. Like, and for Corey especially, like the two tracks we played in the past have been really high level tracks. So I'm like, this has to hold up. It can't be subpar. And it wasn't my favorite, like Sheridan said, but it still holds up with his other music. Like you could play this and keep going on to the next track on the album and be like, this is just a great album so far. So I'm excited for it. And this track, it was really dope. I was really getting into this one, so I don't know. Something about Corey. Like, I'm a big fan of Corey's music, so whenever he drops, I'm really looking forward to it. And to something like that's a full-length project, that's going to be fun to really sit down and get into. Like, and he's someone I imagine it'll be shorter, like 10 tracks or something like that. If we get something lengthy like with Slick, I'll be even more excited. So, it's dope. I'm glad that Corey's got something lined up for us. I'm glad that we've got a lot of music just coming down the pipeline right now, especially how slow things got during COVID. So,
no, absolutely.
Sure.
I mean, I'm excited for it, and he hasn't let me down yet. I don't expect to be let down.
I'm not waiting for it, but I'm waiting for it in a sense of like, will it happen? Will there be like on a full project? There's got to be one where I'm like, I don't like this song, or I'm not totally fucking with this, right? Because at this point, I really haven't heard a song from him where I'm like, man, this one just isn't it for me. And that's where it helps having such a small sample size when you can produce quality music and videos at this level. Like it works for him.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a really big plus. And something that I kind of wish I did at the beginning of my career or when I launched out the gate. I'm thankful for everything that I've gone through and everything that I've dropped. It all, like, I'm not mad about it, but there are certain things that I'm like, I should have took more time with and came out the gate, and got that first impression a little bit. It took that more serious. But what he's doing is a formula for success. You feel me? Just as we spoke about earlier, the right person hears it, their ear is gonna perk up, and it's just a matter of that conversation. Keep building that brand. Network with as many people as you can, especially in Cali. Once this pandemic shit is over, I think you both are in like the perfect place for something to happen.
Yeah. So it seems like it's just a matter of time. So I'm like I said, looking forward to his project, looking forward to what he's got going on. He's almost someone who, to the same like level of G Scaffa, like his music, I didn't know this dropped until I was looking through my Spotify releases. He had mentioned that he had a track coming, but I didn't know exactly when it was. So he's someone who could, like, and a lot of artists too, could just benefit from more of like reaching out to every blog there is in the area or outside areas, doing everything you can to promote yourself. I know, like I said, it does feel like a job, but that's almost the job part of it. Until you do get on, you have to put in those. You have to put in those hours. Otherwise, you're not. How do you see the success? It's the same as a real job in a way. If you don't put in hours, how are you going to bring anything from it? So, just something for everyone to think about. Corey, once you've got that project figured out and when you know you're gonna roll it out, give us some heads up. Give us some time. We'll obviously review that one like we've done this week. We've got at least one project we'll be reviewing next week. Slick's project will be out next Tuesday. Our episode next week will be probably a little bit shorter just because I've got some stuff going on with work and shit like that. But otherwise, I think we're pretty much wrapped up for this week's episode. We had probably one of the best episodes we've had yet. We're going to close Sheridan with Doors Open, if that's cool with you, but we're going to go. Yeah. You guys can still promote what you've got going on. Ant, go ahead, go first.
So this Friday, this Friday I'm dropping Baker's Dozen, which was previously premiered on the Live From Your Timeline.
Yeah.
It was streamed and you've seen there. It is produced. It's a collaboration between Joey Merrifield and Pierce Dearly. This is just something to get out there. I have a lot of shit that I'm dropping a 3-song EP August 7th, and I'm hesitant to even call it an EP. I don't want it to be graded against any of my other works because it's called Clean Slate. I just want to get these songs out. I could have put 18, 20 tracks on this, but I decided to just put 3 that I've been resonating with me for the past year and a half. I've had these in the cut for a long time. If I don't drop them right now, they'll never come out. So it's really just a thank you. Baker's Dozen and this 3-song EP is to get on to this next phase in which I think I am musically and just sonically. So I'm excited to get these out. More excited to get this album out to you guys, EP. You can follow me on all social medias at Anthony Cannon. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. The link to my link tree will be in my bio. Anything you need from me will be on there. I appreciate Slick coming up. I had a really good episode today, guys. And I'm excited for Doors Always Open.
Yeah. So I got Doors Open coming on Friday. I got the pre-save link on all my socials. Follow me. And I will say I got Road Less Travel video coming early August. I won't say the exact day yet. Early August. And I might have another little surprise coming early August. But other than that, I just got tracks lined up. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. But stuff's coming, so just be ready. But yeah, I'm excited for what Anthony's got coming too. And in general, I'm just going to keep grinding it out.
Let's get it.
And like I said, in 2 weeks, we're bringing back the competition episode. We're accepting submissions, so send those to upstate.aesthetic.ac@gmail.com. I'll put that in the comments once again. Like I said, let's get the submissions rolling in. I don't know the exact date that we're going to cut off submissions, but we will figure that out and have a post out by the end of the day tomorrow, so everyone has that specifically lined out for them. But like we said, make sure it's your best track, not your latest track. Upstate Aesthetic will be back not tomorrow, but Friday at noon. Just finishing up some updates to the site. Other than that, there's not a whole lot else to talk about, so we're going to open up the door and close out the show. Thank you, guys. And once again, shout out to Slick. Great episode.
Great episode.
Big up Cosmo. You should face it, no replacement for me, no. Put my shoes on without lacing, I gotta go. I'm focused on myself, so why they always pocket watching. I'll never be the type who's copping chains and popping watches. Rattling my brain, but still my problems ain't because, yeah, I'm losing all my patience, still I gotta trust the process. I'm learning pretty quickly, coming in just like a comment. Gotta keep my focus off the likes and all the comments. Rattling my brain, but still my problems ain't because, yeah, I'm losing all my patience, still I gotta trust the process. You should face it, no replacement for me, no. I'ma travel different places, put on shows. We're so close that I can taste it, I'm on a roll. Put my shoes on without lacing, gotta go. I'm holding the door right, open step inside, close it right behind, going back up. I'm holding the door right, open step inside, close it right behind, going back up. Focus on myself, so why they